It's at 9:04 and today we're in a Fiat 500. This is the Fiat 500F. For some reason it's got an F in it. Don't know why. But my character looks massive in it. I know these are small cars, but jeez. But we're going to get into it, do customization, and we're going to take it for a race. Because it's what we're going to do. And I know I haven't made a video in a while, but let's get into it. There is a specific colour I want, and it's not here. So we want to go to maybe standard, metallic. We're going to go standard, and that's what we want right there. Now, if you know what I've done there, it's because I want it to look like Luigi from Cars. Because I know it's kind of cool. I don't like any of them. So it's my design of this car may be pretty boring compared to everybody else's, but oh, that's cool. So we'll see. So the original lights are them ones, but you can have it with black trim. But I kind of like that. I'm not a fan of the other ones. See that, not too modern. Yeah, not for me. Front fenders. Okay. I don't really know if I want to. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I guess we'll do it anyway. Wheels will do last. And we'll sort the stance out last. Mirrors. So, is it only got one mirror? Let's have a look. Yep. And it's just the one. So I'm just going to leave it as stock because I don't mind that. For this, we'll remove the trim by now. And then for the rear, how wide does it go? Pretty wide. What is that bubble on the side? That is very weird. I guess it's for ventilation to the back, but that's very interesting. And it adds a vent down the bottom, so I mean, I guess it would work. But I'm not a fan of that. But if you have the carbon, you can't have that, so we're just gonna go with that. There we go. Rear wing. Cool. I'm not gonna do that, but that's kind of funny. So it adds a little spoiler. No, thank you. So he's gonna leave it as normal. Even though that is cool. Did we do that? I think we kinda should. So I'm gonna do it. For the rear lights. I don't know if I want to change the exhaust. But because we may as well go with this exhaust. With the original lights if we can. So we can just paint the bumper. So you can't have the big tip with the chrome unless you go dual, which is very unfortunate because I'm not a fan of that one, but I'm a fan of that one. So I guess we'll go with that. Do we got an interior? Do we want to change it? Maybe if we can just do a stitching. What is going on there? Yeah, what is that? Okay. I'll guess we'll go with it. So that's an interesting design. But I guess we're doing it. And then we'll choose some rims. So we could go for like BBS. But then I don't think they fit the vibe that I'm going with here. So we are going to go with some OZ Racing. Or OZ Racing, I suppose I should be saying. I'm just gonna go for these ones because it's what I like. Now front stance, we can get it as low as we can. Bring that wheel out. A little bit of camber there to tuck it like that. And I know that's probably going to clip through the arch, but does it matter? Not really. So that's what we're going to go with. That's pretty cool. Now vanity options. I do want to tint the windows. And for tyre choice, seems like no matter what tyres I pick, it's going to make the wheels a bit weird and tuck in a little bit, which is not ideal for what we want, but kind of want them. So we're going to go with them, and we're going to go with, I don't really care to put nitrous on, but what I do want to do is just black out the windows like that. That'll do. Could put a taxi thing on, but I don't want to. And we'll put that one on. There we go. Could we change the caliper colour? I didn't see that as an option. So no, we can't because they're drum brakes. Okay. And now we just want to go through performance and we want to get this up. That's what we can. Did that say 2? It did say 2. 18 brake horsepower, but what is that? That is nothing. And then we bump it up 167. Of course it is. There we go. So now let's see how it handles. Pretty cool. I wish I could have that chrome bumper. I might have to change it at some point, but what we're going to do is custom, clean driving, change the car, because we've got to get into it. And the weird thing about this is, it's in its own category, because it's a Fiat. Now they do have other Fiats, but they're under the Abarth brand, because, you know, that's their sporty one. And I guess this one was never an Abarth. So that's the way it works. But we're going to do this race and see what it feels like. It's only on skill level of 1 because I didn't change it, but let's see what it can do. Feels light, feels pretty nimble as well. Turn the corner and it kicked out. Not ideal, but you can see it's just whizzing along. Pretty cool. Hard on the brakes. It feels like it weighs absolutely nothing, which it probably does weigh absolutely nothing. I don't know if the white will suit it, but we're running them today because that's the whole design choice I want to go. It's weird, it looks like a little boy race thing that's going on a little holiday and he's forced to put his bag on the back. Which is interesting. But you know, it is a nice little car, and I did not expect them to add something like this in the game. Does it fit the game? Don't know. I'd rather them add, I don't know. They should have Ford Fiestas actually. That'd be interesting. Or even get Vauxhall and have some of their brands. Like the old school Vauxhall Astras would be really cool. On the brakes. It does feel pretty good. Like obviously street tier 1 cars are slippy anyway. But this, yeah, I'm not complaining, this is very nice. And and it's really predictable and does have a lot of grip. I'll probably end up taking the wide body off, but for the video we've got the wide body on. But I don't mind the way this looks. I just wish we could remove that bumper and have this exhaust. If I missed it, then my fault, but here we are, we're going to lap them because they're all on us on easy. So that's the way it works. But this feels nice actually. I don't mind it. Pleasantly surprised by this little car. So you know it's one of them. So if you're enjoying the video, here we go across the finish line. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers, so let's get us to there. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.